Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Laura K. Ellis of Transitions Liaison Global. And so this recording is going to be regarding relationships and the reasons for broken relationships and some relationship secrets. Things that most people don't think about as far as attracting the right people into our lives and those that will honor and respect us and vice versa. And I'm sure if you don't know already, I am a master hypnotist with over 14 years of experience, past life therapist, and cognitive behavioral certified, that is, life coach. And I can tell you that the majority of the individuals that come to me and have come to me over the years, at the root of their challenges either is lack of relationship, and when I say that I'm referring to love relationships, and or they're in denial of the relationships they're in that are dysfunctional, and or they're daydreaming about a relationship that is yet to manifest that seems ideal. But here's the thing, people you aren't going to attract the ideal relationship if you're not healed. So if you're carrying around, and most of us are, childhood wounds and patterning from what we've observed our primary caretakers and or parents doing, you're just going to continue to attract dysfunction if they were dysfunctional, and I'm sure there were aspects of your parents or primary caretakers' relationships that didn't appear to be ideal. It's a rare thing, a very rare thing to witness growing up, relationships or otherwise, love relationships that are seemingly in good form. I can say that from my own life experiences, growing up, my parents were let's just say they weren't in a relationship. I don't know what it was. But I'm very grateful that my father, who was very educated and a loving father to me, was everything to me. He gave me the foundation of what a dad or what a parent should be, whereas my mother was like an apparition. I can't even tell you of one Christmas or what have you that she was physically or emotionally available, and she didn't drive, so she was somewhere in the vicinity of the house. I don't know where, year after year. And so, what happens is we grow up and we're carrying these ideas in our subconscious mind. And, you don't do it deliberately. You attract people into your life by default. But, of all the problems we do face in life, I will say, and I'm sure you know if you're listening to this, the most painful is often involving our emotions. And regarding relationships, that doesn't have to... it doesn't have to involve a physical bruise. We can feel deeply wounded and most often require a long period to recover. I know that it took me decades just to separate myself from the energy that my mother was projecting. And that was a long time before I found hypnotherapy and hypnosis. Otherwise, I could have saved a lot of time. So I'm here to save you time. That's for sure. So, one such emotional damage comes from the effects of broken relationships. And I'm going to ask you if you've ever experienced one. And if you have, please leave it in the comments below. I will read them and I will respond. So, if you have or are currently going through a broken relationship, then you've probably heard every comforting word there is. Listened to sad songs being released, or you've gobbled up instead countless tubs of ice cream to comfort yourself. And by the way, all weight loss is weight challenges are emotionally related, and that's why diets don't work, or they don't last, let me say that. All in the hope, these aspects, listening to sad songs, diving into food, unhealthy food, over excess of food, drink, alcohol, drugs, whatever it is, in the hope of getting better. A way of dumbing yourself down, really, over time. But there is another much better way, my friends, to get over broken relationships or dysfunctional ones without the constant reminder of your sad state. And see, a lot of therapy processes will have you rehashing, right? Rehashing what's been said, who did this, who didn't do that. And all you're really doing is reconfirming to the unconscious mind what it's been programmed for. So that means you're going to get more of it. Not to mention the way you feel in the process. So hypnotherapy, yes, that's the answer. At least it has been for my clients over the years and myself initially, which is what brought me to this amazing modality. But I don't mean stage antics, that you see in the theaters and the mini bars. Actual hypnotic therapy in its effects is quite different. Okay? And to put it plainly, hypnotherapy is the use of hypnosis in a way of analysis to treat certain symptoms and health problems and relationship problems, and the list goes on. And you are put in a trance-like state, okay? And we work together, by the way, your subconscious mind, and you will experience emotions that you've already detached yourself from. And in this case, what we're talking about, relationships, that means the pains of a broken relationship, right? But you have to experience that, bring awareness to it, so we can work together to heal. And sometimes that involves going back to childhood, into your parents' relationships, their parents' relationships, and so on and so on. Everyone's unique and has had their own story, so to speak. So, anyone listening to this that would rather lie in bed with your PJs on and constantly remind yourself of the feelings you want to get rid of and the memories you want to forget and the urge to steer clear of future entanglements, the better emotional treatment is hypnotherapy. No drugs, all natural and sustainable. Okay? So, some of you listening to this might be wondering, how can it help? Well, remember, this isn't some hypnotic session to forget about a broken relationship or have you forget about one that ever happened. Okay? So the next thing is, why should you take on this method of treatment? And how exactly is it used for people like we're speaking about today? suffering from broken relationships or dysfunctional ones. Excuse me. When you book a session, the initial session with me, you go into a deep dive. We will together. I need to know your background, i.e. your parents or primary caretakers. That's extremely important. That has everything to do with what brought you to where you are in your relationships today. Okay? So we'll do a deep dive. First session's a long one, 90 minutes. And gather some information so I can better help you. And then also, I induce my clients on the first session, the initial session, because I want them to know what it feels like, what hypnotherapy truly feels like. It doesn't mean sleep and you're always in control. Okay? Yes, it's simple in many regards, but it's also very deep and effective. It's a deep and effective process. And the aim of hypnotherapy revolves around relaxation and suggestion. However, I will say, with what I do, I'm not big about making suggestions to your unconscious mind. I'd rather your unconscious mind lead you to your answers. So I have a way of facilitating the sessions to allow that to happen. And then, we're going to look at, the relaxation aspect of things, which is gentle and soft, okay? There'll be music in the background, just a calming stimulus, really, to help you relax, okay? My aim is to uproot the issues, to bring about behavioral change. See, when you change. Everyone and everything around you changes. It's spiritual law. It has to. And if any of you listening knows Dr. Wayne Dyer, he would say that often in his workshops or seminars. When you change, everything around you changes. The world changes. Because you are the creator of your world. Okay? And most of us are walking around by default. So we're attracting these relationships that are based on past programming by default. You're not even conscious of them most of the time. So that's the secret. There is no other way. I mean, you could say, well, I'm going to strive to be a better person because I know what it's like to be in a relationship with me. Do you really? Do you really know what it's like to be in a relationship with you? Because odds are you have triggers that will be triggered by the person you've attracted, because that's why you've attracted them in the first place, based on past programming. I'm trying to simplify this for you, but it's absolutely true. And so during the sessions with me, you're just very relaxed. My clients don't even want to leave half the time, or over half the time, because they feel so good. It does bring you back to your natural state, your childlike state. So all your worries, all your stress, all of that is out the window, so to speak. Okay? So my job is to help you uproot the programs, to bring about your behavioral changes and show you different perspectives on broken relationships. Okay, that's bringing awareness. That's first and foremost in what I do. I want my clients to know why and to understand. Okay? And this way you look at the bigger picture, which is how you can be just fine with a relationship, a good one, or without. And we can always do without those relationships that don't honor us, serve us, or respect us in every way. Okay? With hypnotherapy, your mind, if it's grieving, is granted the peace and relaxation that it so dearly needs, that you so dearly need after a troubled relationship, or I'll put a plural on that. This then, my friends, paves the way for a different outlook and approach to the issues at hand, and you become more open to changing your mindset. Your mindset about broken relationships of the past that you're currently experiencing, so that they don't reoccur in your future. And so in the end, you experience the happiness you've been yearning for so long, and can move on. And move on from broken relationships. Period. So if you're tired of feeling broody and want to experience this for yourself, confidence boosting is also a part of this, because most people in their dysfunctional relationships have lost their sense of self. And that's everything. You need to know who you are and feel good about it. So if you're tired of the round and round, I'm in my PJs brooding and sulking and wondering, I can help you. And what you need to do is, first, if you would like and subscribe to this channel, as I intend to grow it and show up live as soon as I can figure out all the technicalities here. But yes, please go ahead and leave a comment below what you're experiencing and what you've been experiencing. I'm happy to answer, and I will. And also to like and subscribe here. And if you'd like to learn more about how to book a session, the initial session with me, just go to my website. The links are here somewhere, for sure. And it's transitionsliaison.com, but I know it's in the description. So for now, I'm going to say so long. Please take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.